Speaker Mike Johnson just ran from cameras after Howard Lutnick's Senate testimony revealed major contradictions about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And what's happening right now shows something important about how the Republican leadership is handling this crisis. Let's break down what occurred and what it means. Howard Lutnick testified before the Senate about his connection to Jeffrey Epstein, and his testimony contradicted everything he'd said publicly. He claimed he only met Epstein once in 2005, but the files show he visited Epstein's private island in 2012 with his wife and children. He said he was disgusted and never saw him again, but documents show ongoing contact through 2018. So Lutnick's public story completely fell apart under Senate questioning. He had to admit to facts he previously denied. This created a real problem for the Republican leadership because Lutnick is Trump's Commerce Secretary. He's part of the Trump cabinet, and he just got caught lying about his connection to a convicted sex trafficker. So what did Speaker Mike Johnson do? When a reporter asked him directly whether Lutnick should resign, his response was remarkable. Johnson said, "Of course not. It's absurd. Howard Lutnick is a great Commerce Secretary. He's done an extraordinary job for the country." But here's the key part. When the reporter asked about Lutnick's ties with Epstein, Johnson's response was telling. He said, "I don't know anything about that. I know Howard as an individual, and I trust his word on it. I mean, I don't know of the timing and all that. I'm not sure. You have to ask others." Johnson literally said he doesn't know anything about the most widely reported story in America right now, a cabinet member with documented connections to a sex trafficker, and the Speaker of the House is claiming ignorance. Then Johnson did something else. He literally walked away from the camera. He avoided continuing to answer questions. He didn't want to engage further. Think about that. The Speaker of the House, when confronted with questions about his party members' connections to a sex trafficking operation, responded with, "I don't know," and then walked away. But there's a larger strategy happening here. Instead of addressing the Epstein files directly, Republican leaders are doing something else. They're holding press conferences attacking immigrants. Congressman Tom Emmer stood in front of cameras talking about pedophiles and criminals coming across the border. He said immigrants are rapists and murderers. He was using inflammatory language designed to scare people. But notice what he wasn't talking about: the actual pedophiles in the Epstein files, the actual sex trafficking operation, the actual criminals in the Trump administration. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene did the same thing. She talked about immigrants sexually assaulting children. She criticized Democrats for wanting to release criminals into communities. But again, she wasn't talking about the Epstein files. She wasn't talking about Trump administration officials with connections to sex trafficking. The strategy is clear. Create fear about immigrants, attack Democrats, make people angry about the border, and distract from the actual scandals involving people in power. It's a classic deflection tactic. When you have a problem, create a bigger problem. When you have a scandal, start a different scandal. When your party member gets caught lying about connections to a sex trafficker, attack immigrants instead. And it's working because people are focused on immigration policy instead of government accountability. What's also notable is that these Republican leaders are making claims about immigrants that don't match reality. They're saying immigrants are more likely to commit crimes, but the data shows the opposite. Immigrants commit crimes at lower rates than native-born citizens. So they're not just deflecting. They're deflecting with false information. They're using lies to distract from scandals. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is doing other things that are concerning. Federal judges are saying the Department of Homeland Security is violating court orders. ICE is defying judicial authority. Courts are issuing decisions and the administration is ignoring them. Speaker Johnson was asked about this. A reporter asked whether Congress should protect the constitutional authority of the courts when the executive branch is ignoring judicial orders. Johnson's response? "I'm not going to comment on reporting. I've heard of it. If this is a big problem, you probably heard that a lot more." Again, he's claiming ignorance about something that's being reported widely. Federal judges are frustrated with the administration. courts are being ignored, and the Speaker of the House won't even comment. This is the pattern we're seeing. When confronted with serious questions about government overreach, about lying cabinet members, about connections to sex trafficking, Republican leadership responds with silence, deflection, or attacks on immigrants. They're not defending their positions. They're not explaining contradictions. They're not addressing evidence. They're just changing the subject. And there's a cost to this. The rule of law is being eroded. Courts are being ignored. Cabinet members are lying without consequence. Oversight is failing, and the Republican leadership is enabling it all. When the Speaker of the House says, "I don't know anything," about the biggest scandal in American politics, he's not being honest. He's choosing not to know. He's choosing to avoid accountability. He's choosing party loyalty over principle. The broader issue is about governance and institutions. America's system depends on checks and balances. It depends on Congress providing oversight. It depends on courts being respected. It depends on officials being honest. But what we're seeing is the erosion of all of that. Courts are being ignored. Congress is providing no oversight. Officials are lying. And when confronted, leadership just walks away. This isn't just about one cabinet member and one sex trafficking operation. It's about whether the system of government itself is going to function. It's about whether Congress will do its job. It's about whether courts will be respected. It's about whether officials will face consequences for lying. Right now, the answer seems to be no, at least not for people loyal to Trump. So that's what happened. Lutnick testified and his story fell apart. Johnson was asked whether he should resign. Johnson said no, defended him, and then walked away from further questioning. Republican leadership held press conferences attacking immigrants instead of addressing the scandals. Judges are being ignored, courts are being defied, and oversight is failing. The question is whether this will continue, whether Congress will eventually demand accountability, whether voters will care about government integrity, or whether these institutions continue to erode. Right now, based on what we're seeing, the trend is concerning. Leadership is protecting its own, courts are being ignored, and deflection is working better than accountability. The outcome depends on whether enough Americans care about these institutions to demand they be respected, and whether Congress eventually remembers that it has a constitutional duty to provide oversight. If you found this analysis helpful and want to understand what's really happening with government accountability and institutional erosion, please like and follow for more coverage of these critical issues.